This is a question on natural selection. So it talks about, the Galapagos Islands, a group of islands in the Pacific Ocean. The nearest country to the mainland is 1,000 kilometers away. Right, so the only important bit out of all of that is that it's a long way away from the mainland. Right, by some means, seed-eating finches, so we're going to talk about finches in this question, were the first birds able to reach these islands. So the single ancestral species has evolved, so like I said, we're talking about evolution, into many different species. So Charles Darwin visited these islands and noted that the species had adapted because of their beaks. So we'll need to talk about the beaks in the answer, dependent on the sort of food that they are eating. So using the theory of natural selection, explain how an ancestral species might have evolved into birds with different shaped beaks. Right, so there are a number of key things that we need to talk about when answering this question. The first thing is that we're going to have mutations occurring. Right, those mutations are going to go and cause slight differences in the shapes of the beaks, or cause the shape of the beak to change. So birds with beaks that allow them to go and get the most food survive, importantly. So the birds that don't have those beaks will die. So those genes for the beaks will get passed on to the next generation, and that will go and lead to evolution taking place. So eventually the beaks become thinner or whatever, dependent on the type of food that they're eating. Right, so that's just a few key things to think about when answering this sort of question.